Hi everyone. So this is the setup that we uh, made for my mother's celebration of life repast supper in New Jersey, and we brought it home to use here today because we're doing another one. This is a tree with 11 branches on it. My mother was one of 11 children, and that was my grandmother and grandfather, Jolando and Josephine. And we have G and J because it was their love that started it all. And there's my mom, picture of her. I think she was around 16 or 17 in that picture, actually. And then we have on this side pictures from when she was quite young. A lot of these pictures are from the 30s and the 40s. That's her all the way on the right. And that's her with my uncle, Tony. And these are just old-time pictures. There's my grandmother and grandfather. That's my Aunt Minnie. That's my Uncle Joe in the sailor suit, and that's my mom. All her brothers, save for one, was in the service. I think 2 or 3 of them in World War II, and that's a young picture of Mom. It was my grandmother and grandfather in later years. I never met my grandfather. He passed before I came into the family. There's my mother, very young picture. She looks about 12 there. My grandfather, my aunt. And then on this side, we have, now that is not my mother, that's her sister in the blue. Well, they both were in blue on the left. They looked alike. A lot of people used to mix them up. And that's my grandmother and her other sister. My mother was one of 4 sisters, and this is them at my wedding in 2001. This one was a 70s wedding. That's my mom and dad. And very 70s. That was me in high school when I got into the, what was that? The National Honor Society. Me and Dad, when he was walking me down the aisle. That's me with my grandparents and my mom. That was my father's parents. My aunt and my other aunt again. And then this is what my mother loved to do. She loved to do my hair. I hated it, but she loved it. So, you know, you'll live. You'll live. Here's some more pictures. This was her. She was in somebody's wedding. I don't know whose. She's pretty young there. That was me when I was little. And this, I love this picture. I don't actually know who this is with her. She's on the right, but she's wearing this like very fashionable outfit. My mother's family was very into pictures. Most of the pictures you'll see are either we're eating or dancing. This was a special sort of holiday display. My mother's family would have the Feast of the 7 Fishes, and we would have a huge get-together at my aunt's house. And I actually think I have a picture of the table with some of my cousins. It's me and my mom. I was 12 there. Can't believe I'm showing you that picture. That's Italy. That was my mother in Calabria visiting family. And that's my mother and father with my godson when he was little. Yeah, so here's a picture of the table that we used to have. And that was just half of it. There'd be like 45 people eating fish. And then Santa would come and bring gifts. This is my mother's confirmation picture with her sponsor, my Aunt Rose, my favorite aunt, my grandmother's sister. She was awesome. Here we have my mother's thank you note from her wedding. And then this is my mom sitting in my office, my first office that I had in Plymouth. She was so proud of her daughter, the doctor. She would sit in the waiting room and talk to all my patients. Many of them still remember her. And then there she is at my wedding. And then we have some silly pictures, which are always the best. You can see how small my aunts were in comparison to me. I am bending over. And you can also see how high my mother's hair used to get. I swear she put the hole in the ozone layer herself. There she is again with her do. There's her and her sister at that same wedding. Some more pictures from Italy. And then just the family, which that's my mother and her sister on a gondola. They were terrified. Most of the pictures that you'll see are like eating or dancing. And I think it's part of the, how to stay young. Oh, here's a golden oldie. Look at this one. Look at that bouffant. That's my mother all the way on the right. My godmother Minnie in the middle. My grandmother Josephine, and that's me with my horn-rimmed glasses. Yeah, I was quite the picture of nerddom in the Bay. And then, of course, this is the wedding picture that I shared on my community page. I actually have this dress. I couldn't, it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. I couldn't let it go. I also have the veil of hers, and it was a beautiful dress, but she was like a size nothing. So there was no way I was ever going to use that dress. But that was my grandma. And let's see, I think we have a couple more pictures over here. This is what we call the Italianelle picture. It's the same picture before, but this is colorized. They used to do that in the day. Here's some plants that she was given as gifts. Some while she was in the nursing home and some after she passed. You have an amaryllis. I think it might bloom today. And then this is a lovely picture of her. Let's see if you can see it. There we go. Holding her goddaughter. We have some flowers out for her. So this is our homage to Angelina, and we will be, here's some more pictures. That's Michael at my wedding, or our wedding, I should say, and his mom who passed in 2014. That's her mass card right next to there, her death card, whatever they call that thing. That's me when I was little, my first Halloween party. I guess I knew I was going to be a chiropractor because I came as a skeleton. Now, this is my mom with Michael's dad when she first moved in with us 18 years ago. It was a long time ago. She loved Michael's. Oh, of course, she still loves him, I'm sure. But and then, not my mother. Oh, that's me and Michael at a barbecue, and that is our wedding picture. It's one of my favorites. We had it taken when we were all done. We were done with the whole wedding thing, and we were relaxing. So it was a lot of fun to take those pictures. I have a cousin who's a photographer. So that's what's going on here. If you're in the neighborhood and you want to stop by and see all these great pictures in person and have some delicious food, Michael is busy cooking up an Italian feast in there. Number of my mother's favorite. No, of course not, Michael. A number of my mother's favorite dishes. And we're going to play her favorite music, and we're going to talk about her, which she loved. So there you go. As promised. All right, guys. Have yourself a wonderful day. I know I'm going to have a wonderful day. And I'll see you again soon. Namaste.